Hi people, so let's get started. So today I'm going to make an ethical and healthy but fairly cheap pesto. Now when I was working and earning a good wage, I quite like the secular organic pesto, which is really tasty. There's a vegan version, I think, although that might be Suma or someone else. But the secular one's really tasty. So this one I've made, it's not quite as tasty, but it is good for you. It might even be better than the secular one because of what's in it. Okay, so I'll share, because obviously this is a lot cheaper to make than the secular one, and it's more affordable for me. I can do it on the budget I'm on. So I'll just show you what's in it. So we've got sesame seeds. Can you see that? So I'm not used to this iPad. There's a camera. Right. So we've got sesame seeds here. So these are organic sesame seeds. Now I'm looking that I've got a shop near me, Unicorn, where you can fill up jars. So this is saving the plastic ties. Don't know if that's a mirror writer when you see it. And it saves on cost a bit as well, actually, because when you buy things like this, organic and fair trade things, it actually saves a considerable amount of money. So the good thing about the sesame is it's fairly healthy, I think. Although I haven't researched it that much, actually, to tell the truth. But it's fairly cheap. And then I've used pumpkin seeds as well, again, from Unicorn. Or there's other shops that do it in a jar. And that's, again, it's good for you, but it's cheap. Now, what you can use, if you're quite well off, is pine nuts. But these are really expensive, even when you're refilling a jar. So I think like 2 jars of this, this jar was like £7 or something. Whereas like this full jar was like 89 of sesame. So initially, more fool me, I bought these and was like kind of shocked when I realised how much I paid. So now I just use the pumpkin and the sesame, and you know what, it tastes just as nice. So I don't bother now with the expensive pine. So in it we've got those two, and then I also put some basil. Now you can make a version where it's these 2 types of seeds and the basil and rapeseed oil. You can use olive oil, but olive oil is really expensive. Although it's very good for you, it's quite expensive, especially if you want to buy fair trade or ethical olive oil. You're gonna pay a lot of money. So when I'm buying olive oil and I want ethical, I go for like a zaytoon, so about £9 for 500ml, the cheapest. Often you might pay more than that, or equal exchange, about the same price, but it is ethical. So if you can afford it, you can use them. Ooh, but I tend to go now for the rapeseed oil. So I'll show you some different options I've got. I tend to buy in bulk, so I've got it in. That's a Sainsbury's. Obviously it's in a plastic. That's quite cheap. I think it was about £3–4 for full litre. Or if you want to be really good and go for the glass, you can't refill yet. This is £7.50, so that's about £4 or £4 or £5. And that was about £3.99. Again, I'm buying it from ethical kind of cooperative shops where they're not charging premium prices for these goods, to kind of try and make it affordable for families and people. So, and then I've got some sun-dried tomatoes. Now you can get these from Unicorn. I didn't actually get these from Unicorn. I got them from somewhere else. The ones you get from Unicorn, I think you're supposed to soak to get the excess salt out. So I'm not sure if these are the same. I've not tried the Unicorn because obviously I don't want too much sodium. But these are really nice, although the place near me stopped doing them now. So what I did is, so if you're making about that much, I put about that much, if you're making that much pesto, you'd put about, a third sesame, a third pumpkin, a third tomatoes. But actually, because once you whiz it, it really packs down. Oh, you end up, better keep it the right way up, isn't it? You end up putting way more than what we put in there, because it squashes down, and when you blend it, you know, so almost a half jar of the sun-dried tomatoes is going to fit in. And then I'll probably put a few tablespoons of the dried basil. So this is organic. Again, at Unicorn, they sell quite bulk things at fairly cheap prices, which is going to let you live ethically on a budget. And you're going to blend it all in a food processor. And then what I'd say is you don't want to eat it straight away, because you've used some dried basil and you want it all to kind of, the flavours to seep in. The oil, you need to make sure you use enough oil, I found, otherwise it's too dry, so it needs to mix well over your pasta, and I guess it's healthy oil. Pesto anyway isn't the least calorific of things, but it is healthy. So I think I bought, like, ends up being like half a jar. Like I say, that's why it's probably good not to go for something too expensive, because at Olive that's going to be really expensive. But I think, you know, by the time I've made a massive jar, I'm trying to think how much that costs, it's probably about £3 or £4 or less, whereas, I don't know, like a tiny jar of the succulent, if it's organic, is about £2. So yeah, so that's what you do. So that's my first recipe for now. So I hope you enjoy it. Like I say, you can do one with just the basil, so then you're going to put a lot more of the basil. I found the basil one, even though with the dry basil, if you leave it quite, you know, a few days for the oil to soak in, it doesn't taste that great using dry basil. But it's okay, it's doable. But with the tomato, that's really quite tasty. Okay, so try it and see what you think. And look out for more videos. Okay, bye.